Welcome back to our channel, Coin History Vault. These USA States quarter coins make people rich. Let's find out why. Don't miss out one of these. Who know a sigil coin make you rich? Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today, we are traveling back to a historic moment in American coinage, a time when millions of people unknowingly held potential treasure in their hands. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a simple quarter, and discovering that it tells a powerful story of American history, hidden rarity, and surprising value. Today's video is all about the United States of America rare state quarter. From the very first year of the program, the New Jersey 1999 quarter, when the United States Mint launched the state quarters program in 1999, it changed coin collecting forever. People who had never cared about coins suddenly started checking their change. New Jersey was special because it was one of the original 5 states released in the first year. Being first already gave this coin a place in history, but what truly makes it fascinating is what lies beyond the surface. The design shows General George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a dramatic and powerful moment from the American Revolutionary War. This scene represents courage, leadership, and the turning point of a nation's destiny. Collectors love this design because it connects directly to one of the most important events in American history. But history alone does not make a coin valuable. Rarity, condition, and errors are what turn ordinary coins into collector dreams. Most New Jersey quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through countless hands, vending machines, and cash registers. Because of this, finding one in exceptionally sharp condition today is far more difficult than people realize. Coins with strong details on Washington's face, clear lines in the boat, and crisp lettering are becoming harder to locate every year. Now let's talk about what truly excites collectors: mint errors. Some 1999 New Jersey quarters were struck with off-center designs, where part of the image is shifted. Others show doubled lettering, especially noticeable in the words New Jersey and the date. There are also examples with die cracks, where thin raised lines appear across the surface, created by damaged minting equipment. These errors were never meant to leave the mint, yet somehow they escaped into circulation, making them extremely desirable today. Another factor that adds to rarity is the mint mark. Quarters from the Philadelphia and Denver mints exist in large numbers, but finding error examples or high-grade uncirculated pieces from either mint is the real challenge. Coins that were carefully saved, never spent, and protected from scratches are now the ones collectors compete for. For collectors, this coin is more than metal. It represents the beginning of a modern collecting era. Many experienced numismatists believe that first-year state quarters with strong eye appeal and confirmed errors will continue to gain attention as fewer high-quality examples remain available. If you are a coin lover, this is the type of quarter you should inspect closely. Look at the edges, study the lettering, examine Washington's hair, and check the reverse for unusual lines or doubling. Sometimes, the smallest detail can be the difference between a common coin and a highly collectible one. What makes this coin even more exciting is that it can still be found today. It may be sitting in old collections, forgotten jars, or inherited coin boxes. Every time you find one, you are holding a piece of American history and possibly a hidden gem. Now let's talk about value, the moment everyone waits for. A normal circulated New Jersey 1999 quarter is usually worth only its face value. However, examples in brilliant uncirculated condition can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified coins have reached values of tens of dollars. Error coins with strong doubling, off-center strikes, or dramatic die cracks have sold at auction for amounts ranging from dozens of dollars to well over $100, with exceptional examples achieving even higher results depending on condition and demand. So the next time you see a New Jersey state quarter, do not ignore it. Look closely, because history, rarity, and value might be right there in your hand. If you love coins, stay curious, keep searching, and enjoy the hunt, because sometimes, treasure hides in plain sight. Coin number 2. A coin that represents history, royalty, and the final chapter of an unforgettable coin series. This is the rare Hawaii state quarter from 2008, a coin that carries deep cultural importance and surprising collector potential. The Hawaii quarter was released as part of the United States state quarters program, and it holds a very special place because it was the very last state coin issued in the entire series. That fact alone makes it historic. When a coin marks the end of an era, collectors pay attention. Millions of people collected these quarters for nearly a decade, and Hawaii closed the journey in a powerful way. The design immediately sets this coin apart. On the reverse, we see King Kamehameha I, the legendary ruler who united the Hawaiian Islands. He stands proudly, extending his hand toward the islands, symbolizing unity, strength, and leadership. The islands themselves are clearly visible on the coin, making this one of the most detailed and artistic state quarter designs ever created. Collectors love this coin not just for rarity, but for its strong emotional and cultural connection. Although millions of Hawaii quarters were minted, true rarity comes from condition and errors. Most of these coins entered circulation quickly and were used in everyday transactions. As a result, finding one today with sharp details, clean surfaces, and original mint luster is far more difficult than many people realize. Now let's talk about what really excites coin collectors: minting errors. Some Hawaii 2008 quarters were struck with double die errors, where parts of the lettering or design appear doubled. This can sometimes be seen in the date, the word Hawaii, or the islands themselves. There are also examples with off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and part of the coin is missing detail. These errors occurred when the minting machinery was slightly misaligned, creating coins that were never meant to exist. Another highly sought-after error includes die cracks. These appear as raised lines across the surface of the coin and were caused by worn or damaged dies. Because Hawaii was minted toward the end of the program, some dies were heavily used, increasing the chances of such flaws. Collectors actively search for these variations because they are unique, and no two error coins are exactly the same. The mint mark also plays a role. Hawaii quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and each has its own collector following. While standard examples are common, high-grade uncirculated pieces from either mint are becoming harder to find as time passes. Coins that were saved immediately after release and protected from wear are now the ones bringing strong interest. For collectors, this coin is more than a quarter. It represents the completion of a historic national project. It reminds people of the excitement of searching pocket change, filling albums, and learning about American states through coinage. Because it was the final release, many collectors consider the Hawaii quarter essential for a complete set, which keeps demand strong. If you are a coin lover, take a moment to examine any Hawaii quarter you find. Look closely at King Kamehameha's details, the island's outlines, the lettering, and the edge. Small details matter greatly in numismatics. What seems ordinary at first glance can turn out to be something special. This is also a coin that can still be discovered today. It may be hiding in old collections, rolls of quarters, or even loose change. That possibility is what makes coin collecting exciting. Every find carries hope. Now let's talk about value. A regular circulated Hawaii 2008 state quarter is generally worth face value. However, uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified coins have reached values of tens of dollars. Error coins, especially those with clear doubling, off-center strikes, or strong die cracks, have sold at auction for amounts ranging from dozens of dollars to well over $100, with exceptional pieces achieving even higher prices depending on condition and rarity. So the next time you see a Hawaii state quarter, do not overlook it. Look closely, because you might be holding the final chapter of a legendary series and possibly a valuable collector treasure. Keep searching, stay curious, and enjoy the journey, because coin collecting is not just about money, it's about discovery. Coin number 3. We step into a powerful chapter of American history through a single coin that many people have spent without ever giving it a second look. This is the United States of America rare state quarter from Louisiana, released in 2002. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter, but for collectors and coin lovers, this piece carries history, mystery, and surprising potential value. The Louisiana state quarter represents a land shaped by exploration, culture, and survival. When this coin was released as part of the state quarters program, it instantly stood out because of its symbolic and meaningful design. On the reverse, we see a pelican feeding her young, a powerful image representing sacrifice and care. Above it appears the outline of the Louisiana Purchase territory, reminding us of one of the most important land deals in American history. This single coin tells a story of growth, expansion, and identity. Collectors appreciate this quarter because it blends art and history beautifully. However, what truly turns an ordinary coin into a collectible is rarity, condition, and minting mistakes. Most Louisiana quarters entered circulation immediately and were used heavily in daily transactions. Because of this, high-quality examples are becoming increasingly difficult to find today. Now let's talk about the details that excite serious collectors. Some Louisiana 2002 quarters were struck with double die errors. These errors can appear in the lettering, the date, or even parts of the pelican design. When light hits the coin at the right angle, collectors may notice slight doubling that confirms a minting flaw. These coins are highly desirable because they were never meant to exist. Another known rarity includes off-center strikes. In these cases, the coin design is shifted, leaving part of the image missing or uneven. These errors occurred when the planchet was not properly aligned during striking. The more dramatic the shift, the more collectors want it. There are also examples with die cracks, where raised lines appear across the coin surface due to damaged dies used at the mint. The mint mark also plays an important role. Louisiana quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While both produced millions, finding uncirculated examples with full detail, strong luster, and no damage is now a challenge. Coins that were saved early and protected from wear are becoming increasingly scarce. For collectors, this quarter represents more than metal. It reflects a moment when Americans were deeply engaged in learning about their states through coinage. Many collectors believe that certain state quarters, especially those with strong designs and historical significance like Louisiana, will continue to gain interest as time goes on. If you love coins, this is one you should always examine closely. Look at the pelican's feathers, the sharpness of the lettering, and the date. Check the edges and surfaces for unusual lines, doubling, or misalignment. Sometimes, what looks normal at first can reveal something special under careful inspection. One of the most exciting things about the Louisiana quarter is that it can still be found today. It may be hiding in old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten rolls of coins. That possibility keeps collectors searching and makes every discovery thrilling. Now let's talk about value. A standard circulated Louisiana 2002 state quarter is usually worth its face value. However, uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified coins have reached values of tens of dollars. Error coins with clear double dies, off-center strikes, or strong die cracks have sold at auction for prices ranging from dozens of dollars to well over $100, with exceptional pieces bringing even higher amounts depending on rarity and condition. So the next time you come across a Louisiana state quarter, do not ignore it. Look closely, because you might be holding a small piece of American history and a potential collector treasure. Stay curious, keep searching, and enjoy the hunt, because in coin collecting, the smallest details can lead to the biggest discoveries. Coin number 4. We are exploring a coin that captures the wild beauty, deep history, and rugged spirit of America's northern frontier. This is the United States of America rare state quarter from Montana, released in 2007. At first glance, it may seem like just another state quarter, but for collectors, this coin holds hidden details, quiet rarity, and exciting potential that many people overlook. The Montana state quarter was part of the later years of the state quarters program, a time when public excitement was still strong but fewer people were saving coins carefully. That fact alone makes high-quality examples more difficult to find today. The design reflects Montana's natural identity. On the reverse, we see a powerful American bison standing beneath towering mountains, with the Missouri River flowing through the scene. This image represents strength, freedom, and the vast open landscapes that define the state. Collectors love this design because of its strong detail and balance. The bison's muscular form, the texture of the mountains, and the smooth flow of the river create a visually striking coin. However, beauty alone does not make a coin valuable. Rarity is created by condition, survival rate, and minting errors. Most Montana 2007 quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through countless hands, machines, and cash registers. Because of this, finding one today with sharp bison details, clean fields, and original mint shine is much harder than people expect. Coins with minimal wear and strong eye appeal are already becoming desirable among collectors. Now let's talk about what truly excites serious coin enthusiasts: mint errors. Some Montana quarters were struck with double die errors, where parts of the lettering, date, or design appear doubled under close inspection. These errors can sometimes be subtle, but trained collectors know exactly where to look. There are also off-center strike errors, where the coin design is slightly shifted, creating an unusual and eye-catching appearance. The more dramatic the shift, the more collectible the coin becomes. Another important error type includes die cracks and die chips. These appear as raised lines or small bumps on the coin's surface, caused by worn or damaged minting dies. Because these quarters were produced in large quantities, some dies were used longer than ideal, increasing the chance of such errors slipping into circulation. Mint marks also play a role in collectability. Montana quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While both produced millions, collectors actively search for high-grade uncirculated examples from each location. Coins that were saved immediately after release and protected from scratches and wear are now the ones that attract the most attention. For collectors, the Montana quarter represents more than a piece of change. It is a tribute to America's frontier heritage and natural strength. Many coin lovers believe that later-year state quarters like Montana will gain increased interest in the future because fewer pristine examples remain compared to early releases. If you are a coin enthusiast, take your time examining this quarter. Look closely at the bison's horn, the mountain lines, the river, and the lettering. Check the edges and surfaces carefully for unusual marks or doubling. Sometimes, the smallest detail can transform an ordinary coin into something special. One of the most exciting things about the Montana quarter is that it can still be found today. It may be hiding in old coin jars, rolls from the bank, or forgotten collections. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching and makes the hobby so rewarding. Now let's talk about value. A normal circulated Montana 2007 state quarter is usually worth face value. However, uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified coins have reached values of tens of dollars. Error coins with clear double dies, off-center strikes, or strong die cracks have sold at auction for prices ranging from dozens of dollars to well over $100, with exceptional examples achieving even higher results depending on rarity and condition. So the next time you see a Montana state quarter, do not overlook it. Look closely, because you might be holding a symbol of American strength and a potential collector treasure. Stay curious, keep searching, and enjoy the hunt, because every coin has a story waiting to be discovered. Coin number 5. We are diving into one of the earliest and most historically rich coins of the state quarters program, a coin that quietly carries deep American heritage and surprising collector potential. This is the United States of America rare state quarter from Maryland, released in the year 2000. Many people have spent this coin without a second thought, but for collectors, it represents history, artistry, and hidden rarity. The Maryland quarter arrived during the second year of the state quarters program, a time when excitement was high and millions of Americans were actively checking their change. The design immediately set this coin apart. On the reverse, we see the iconic dome of the Maryland State House, one of the oldest state capitals still in continuous legislative use. Beside it sails a classic clipper ship across the waters of the Chesapeake Bay, symbolizing Maryland's deep maritime roots, commerce, and freedom. This design is filled with fine details that collectors admire. The lines of the ship, the curves of the dome, and the calm water beneath all require strong strikes to appear sharp. Unfortunately, most Maryland quarters were heavily circulated, and these delicate details were quickly worn down. Because of this, finding a Maryland 2000 quarter with crisp details and original mint luster is becoming increasingly difficult. Now let's explore what truly makes this coin exciting for collectors: rarity through minting errors. Some Maryland quarters were struck with double die errors, where parts of the lettering, date, or even the ship's details appear doubled under magnification. These errors happen during the die creation process and are among the most desirable varieties. Another collectible error includes off-center strikes. In these cases, the coin was not properly aligned when struck, resulting in a shifted design. The more noticeable the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. There are also known examples of die cracks, where raised lines appear across the surface due to damaged dies being used too long at the mint. Some collectors also search for missing or weak-clad layer errors. These coins may appear lighter in color or weight and are extremely popular because they clearly show something went wrong during production. Such errors are rare and were never intended to reach the public. The mint mark is another important factor. Maryland quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While both produced large numbers, high-grade uncirculated examples from either mint are now harder to find. Coins that were saved immediately, stored carefully, and protected from scratches are the ones that now stand out in the collector market. For coin lovers, the Maryland quarter is more than just a state issue. It represents early American government, maritime history, and the beginning years of a program that changed coin collecting forever. Many collectors believe that early state quarters with strong designs like Maryland will continue to gain appreciation as fewer top-quality examples survive. If you are passionate about coins, take time to study any Maryland quarter you come across. Examine the ship's sails, the dome's lines, the lettering, and the edges. Look closely for doubling, cracks, or unusual textures. In coin collecting, patience and attention to detail often lead to exciting discoveries. What makes this coin even more thrilling is that it can still be found today. It may be hiding in old coin jars, family collections, or bank rolls. Every Maryland quarter you find is another chance to uncover something special. Now let's talk about value. A normal circulated Maryland 2000 state quarter is usually worth its face value. However, uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars. High-grade certified coins have reached values of tens of dollars. Error coins with strong doubled dies, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers have sold at auction for prices ranging from dozens of dollars to well over $100, with exceptional pieces achieving even higher amounts depending on rarity and condition. So the next time you see a Maryland state quarter, do not dismiss it. Look closely, because you may be holding a piece of American history and a potential collector treasure. Stay curious, keep searching, and enjoy every moment of the hunt, because great finds often come from the smallest details.